Hello everybody, welcome to Noel's Big Family Life. I am Noel, and if you are new, thank you so much for stopping by. Hopefully you enjoy what you see and decide to stick around. Today is day 1 of 42 days of cheap eats and our $600 for 6 weeks. That's all we're spending for our family of 10. So I'm going to share with you what I'm going to feed my family for breakfast, lunch, and dinner each day. Now, there will be snacks in between, and they just kind of grab whatever they want for snacks. There's always fruit, there's always vegetables, there's always nuts, peanut butter, things like that. And then, of course, leftover muffins and stuff like that are always available too. So, I make now, this is new this year, but I make breakfast and lunch the day before. So what you're going to see is me make tomorrow's breakfast and lunch. That's what I'm doing now. And then you'll see tonight's dinner. And then tomorrow you'll see me make the following days. So you're still gonna get 42 days. Just know you're seeing me during the day make it because it is what I'm sending with them the following day. So let's get started. Let's jump into breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So the first thing we're going to do is sift together our dry ingredients. 1 3/4 cup of flour, 1/4 cup of sugar, 2½ teaspoons of baking powder, 3/4 teaspoon of salt. Sift that all together. Then we're going to make a well in the middle of our flour mixture and add our 1 beaten egg, 3/4 cup of milk, 1/3 a cup of vegetable oil. And then we're going to just stir that up. It makes a very thick batter. Then you want to spray your muffin pan down with some cooking spray. And then divide your batter into 12 equal portions, or as equal as you can get. Then you're going to take your little spoon and put about a teaspoon of jam in the center of each scone. And use whatever flavor you want. I am using grape. These are going to bake at 400 degrees for about 25 minutes. And here they are all done. And I'm going to serve these in the morning with some fruit and scrambled eggs. For the corn chowder, we're going to start with heating some olive oil in the Instapot or pressure cooker. We're going to saute our onions and garlic. I do not have measurements for those. It's just 1 chopped up onion. And then I just put some of the minced garlic in. Once that's nice and sauteed, we're going to go on and add our water. I did 3 cups, but you could do 2½ or 2 cups if you'd like it a little thicker. And then I'm adding some chopped up potato. I chopped up about 4 yellow potatoes. And then I'm going to give a good heaping spoon of this Better Than Bouillon vegetable base. Some salt and pepper. And then frozen or canned corn. I had some corn that I froze a while ago in the summer. And then some parsley, but that is optional. Give that a stir. And then I cooked that on high pressure for 30 minutes. And then I did a quick release on that. And now it's been 30 minutes, and this is what it looks like. So I'm just going to give that a good stir. And you could do half and half here, or you could do milk, whatever it is you want. I had this coconut milk already opened, so I'm just scraping the top off, so like the cream, and I'm putting that in it, just to give it a really good creamy taste. And I'm just giving that a stir. And then you could skip this part if you want, if you like your soup to be really chunky, but we like ours a little more smooth. So I'm using the immersion blender, and I'm just going to mix it up some, but I still like some chunks in it. And then I mixed a little bit of water with about 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. And I just am stirring that in, and that thickens it up beautifully. This could easily be topped with cheese, bacon, anything that you would like. I'm going to send them this along with some crackers. And for the vanilla pudding, we're going to start with 1.5 cups of sugar, 4 tablespoons of cornstarch, a half teaspoon of salt, and stir that up together. And then you're going to add 4 cups of milk and heat this over a medium heat. Now I chose to make this for dessert because I actually had some milk that's expiration date was today and I needed to use it up. So that is why I made the vanilla pudding for dessert. Now you're going to cook this on medium until it starts to bubble and get nice and thick. And then you're going to cook it for 2 minutes more once it is bubbling. Once it's gone another 2 minutes, you're going to take 4 beaten egg yolks. And you're going to add a little bit of the hot mixture to the egg yolks. Do not skip this step or you're going to end up with scrambled eggs. This is going to bring the egg yolks to a good temperature. So I actually added even a little more just to make sure it was good and warm, and then you add that to the pudding. You're going to go on and cook that for another 2 minutes. And then we want to remove that from the heat once your 2 minutes is up. And you're going to add 4 tablespoons of butter and 1 tablespoon of vanilla. And stir that up until the butter is melted. And then this is just going to cool until you're able to transfer it to a dish and put it in the refrigerator to set for a couple hours. For the goulash, again heating up some olive oil. I'm going to add an onion. You can use yellow, you can use white, whatever kind you like. I just had a purple onion that needed used up, so that's what I'm using. A heaping fork of minced garlic. I'm just going to saute that. And then you're going to brown your meat with it. I am using ground turkey. That is a very cheap option. I get mine at Aldi's. And it is definitely cheaper than ground beef. So you just want to get that nice and brown. And then to that, I'm going to add 1 can of tomato sauce and a can of diced tomatoes. Give that a stir. And then for spices, I'm doing oregano, basil, and Italian seasoning. Again, I do not measure, just however much your family likes. Some Worcestershire sauce. And then a little bit of beef broth. Salt and pepper. And give that a good stir. And then you're going to cook your noodles just until al dente. So just until they start to really boil. I just put mine in the pot with the water and wait for the water to come to a boil, and then I remove it, and that makes it pretty perfect. Add your meat mixture into your casserole dish and stir that all up. I'm using shells because that is just what I had on hand. And then you're going to top that with cheese. You could use cheddar or American. I am using a blend. I believe it's Monterey Jack and cheddar. That again is just what I had on hand. Then you're going to spray your aluminum foil and cover your pan. And then I bake this on 350 degrees for 30 minutes. And then I uncovered it and baked it for another 15 to 20 minutes until it was nice and bubbly on top. And here you go. This is what it looks like. And for dinner, we are having that along with a simple salad of just lettuce and tomatoes from my garden and banana pudding for dessert. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.